Women today are unstoppable and their influence is rising. Our society needs women leaders top of mind every single day. Women have choices and they sure are making a difference. Let's give them recognition.
Welcome, so excited to have you here.
I'm very excited myself, and the crew was waiting for this interview for such a long time.
Oh, I'm so honored, truly.
Andrea, what inspired you to choose your career path?
Well, I've always loved a challenge, and everything that I would go into, I would reach the end of it and I would get bored. And I didn't know the word entrepreneur until I was in my late 20s. And once I realized, oh my gosh, that's what I am. I love to create something from nothing. I love to take on a challenge that everyone else thinks is impossible. And I love to make a difference.
Well, you mentioned you were in your late 20s. I'm under the impression that you are in your late 20s right now. So,
well, thank you. I will take that.
And I know we'll go into more details during another interview because your healthy lifestyle is amazing.
Thank you. It's a big part of my life. I'm very passionate about health, and I actually am healthier today than I was in my 20s because of everything that I've learned of how you can not just reverse aging, but you feel better, you have more energy, your thoughts are clearer, and you actually have more movement and flexibility in your body and in your mind. So everything they say about getting older is really a myth.
And healthy mind in a healthy body is what we're striving for.
Absolutely.
What distinguishes your publishing company from the rest?
At Beverly Hills Publishing, we are the first marketing firm, publishing firm, PR firm, and Hollywood distribution in one. And what that means is that we do everything from publishing the books and then protecting the author's story across all forms of media. And if you really want to make an impact with your message, if you have a publisher who does one thing and then a PR company that does another, they never understand the strategy and it never goes as far as you want it to go. So that's how I am disrupting the $100 billion publishing industry, because we are the first full service marketing firm to publishing firm combined.
Andrea, can you please elaborate on the clients you work with?
Arsha, we love to work with authors who are making a difference in the world. They have a proprietary solution or an innovation. They are disrupting the status quo. It's what we call a thought leader, someone who is evolving the conversation. And within every industry, there are always the trailblazers and the ones who are moving all the others forward. So we specialize in thought leadership books because we build the authority of the brand. And when the author has a message to share, now they want to be seen and recognized as the authority in their industry.
So you make a difference on a daily basis then?
On a daily basis. It is a great thrill and pleasure. I am constantly amazed and surprised and blown away by the impact of books. Not just in the audience and with media, but also with the author. The author transforms when they share their message with the world.
And how was your experience writing your first book?
I wrote my first book in 2006, and I remember I was so terrified to release it and publish it. You know, I thought, I'm gonna sound stupid and no one is gonna buy it except my mom. All these fears that come up. And what I realized was, if I can make a difference in just one person's life, then isn't it worth my ego being ashamed or even annihilated? Isn't it worth it? And I'm so grateful that I did push through and release that book, because that book went on to create thousands of success stories. And even people who would say, your book saved my life. And so I think about, if I wouldn't have published that book because I was too scared of humiliation. I know of several lives that may not be here today. And so I want every author to know that it's normal and it's what you have to experience, but on the other side of it, knowing that you're impacting somebody's life, it makes it all worth it.
What can we do to help the authors succeed? What's your take?
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that authors make is that they spend years writing their book from their perspective, and they never think about the audience. And then when they go to release the book, they find out that no one wants to buy it. And that's because the whole system is broken. My approach is to do the marketing first. And that means analyzing the market, listening to the market, and actually positioning your book to serve an obstacle or a problem that the market is looking to serve. Then, when you write your book and publish, there's no having to say desperate, please buy my book. They just say, oh, we've been looking for this. We can't wait to read your book.
Andrea, you never stop surprising. You, if I'm not mistaken, were among 2.3% of female founders who were awarded venture capital. If you can, go into more details.
Yes. Being an entrepreneur, the dream is to be funded. You build the dream for so long, bootstrapping it together, and then to be funded by venture capital means that you have a proven business model that's ready to scale. That alone is a dream come true for any entrepreneur. And the fact that out of all the venture capital that was awarded last year, only 2.3% went to female founders. That's like winning the gold medal at the Olympics, and I'm still processing what that means because yes, I'm here to make a difference with the business that I'm creating, and also I now feel a sense of responsibility to help other female founders because the venture capitalists, they want to fund a great business model, and it really has nothing to do with whether you're a man or a woman. They're just looking for how are they going to get their return of investment. And I've thought of that from the very beginning, and now that I am one of the female founders who is succeeding in a very male-dominated world, I'm honored and humbled at the same time.
And I'm sure your authors, your family members, yourself, and us too, we take pride in it.
Thank you very much. It's truly an honor to represent female entrepreneurs, and I hope to be an inspiration to females who have a dream and to go for it and to believe and know that anything and everything is possible when you believe in yourself.
So never stop believing.
Never stop believing.
Andrea, you're a contributing writer to the Entrepreneur magazine. Let's talk about it.
Yes, it's beyond a dream come true. Ever since I became an entrepreneur, I always dreamed of being published in entrepreneur.com and in the magazine. And when I wrote my first book on entrepreneurship, I submitted it to them and they have given me a column. So I write a regular recurring column for Entrepreneur magazine, and just knowing that my thoughts and my opinions and also all of the journey that I've been through is giving back to 80 million entrepreneurs who read that magazine every single month. It is an honor and a level of responsibility because I believe entrepreneurship is how humanity evolves.
And you're being modest, not mentioning that you have millions of followers.
Yes, I have impacted millions with my messages. I have been seen in over 40 countries around the world. I'm honored to say that I publish in countries all over. The sun never sleeps on the Beverly Hills publishing empire, and it's truly a gift to be a part of the digital revolution that connects humanity together.
And you personally get excited and energized with every single step you take because everything is bound to be successful.
I believe that. I really do. I've believed in myself long before the world caught up, and I've been told I was a dreamer and unrealistic for most of my life. And now that my visions are coming true, what do you know? I'm an innovator. Turns out that there's a very fine line between crazy and genius. So Arsha, I can actually see the first apartment I lived in when I moved to LA 20 years ago, and it's literally right out that.
Oh my God.
If you see this white cluster, okay, see all the tall buildings right there?
Right.
And see the white cluster of apartments, those big white clusters?
To the left.
Yep, to the left. That's called Park La Brea. And when I moved here 20 years ago, I knew one person in LA, and I just followed my dreams, followed my heart. And so there are days where I stare at that apartment
from this window,
and I give back love and energy and faith and say go for it. So when I moved into the penthouse and I realized, oh my gosh, that's the first apartment I lived in. Talk about a juxtaposition.
What advice will you give to the aspiring writers?
If you're an aspiring writer, there is a message that has chosen you. And as long as you are in service of sharing that message, you can do no wrong. It has chosen you for a reason. And for you to say, yes, I am willing to be a channel for this message to come through me, not only will it serve others to receive the message, but it will also give you the greatest sense of fulfillment, knowing that your words, your thoughts, your ideas are published and they are your legacy. They will live beyond you. What greater impact could you want to make with your life?
Wow. Andrea, I just have to thank you. Thank you for making time in your very busy schedule for this interview.
It has been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much, Arsha.
For advertising on Inside TV, please call 818-653-0199.